caves of Newell and Brive, and there's a beautiful kind of caving systems down in Cornwall and also up in the Faroe Islands. He kind of meanders through the underworld, and for the first time actually, I mean, he's a classically trained actor, and you know, the one thing that Zebian, he's just really frustrated, he's never had any dialogue, he's going, he's doing all this stuff, and it really pisses him off. So I kind of said, no, when you arrive in the underworld, this is when you're going to have a voice, and the voice in the way will be a monologue really, more kind of Gallagher-esque, as he begins to meet some of the characters from the other two films. And kind of beyond that, I know that, again, the script is not there. I have an idea, and I have landscapes. It's the landscapes that are drawing me, and I have a central character. And I'd like to think that maybe Tilda Swinton might feature in someone.
Maybe Anthony Hopkins. Bernard Cribbins, have the whole lot.
Bernard Cribbins, get them all in. Get them all in.
The Trinity. Yeah. The Trinity. Okay, let's have some questions from the audience. Don't be shy. Do we have anybody who would like to ask a question? Yeah, there's somebody right at the back. The acoustics are not great, so if you say it, and I'll try and repeat it so everyone can hear.
Okay. The cast, were they actually related? And those that were, who was related to who in real life?
I think everyone can hear.
The twins are my children, and Freya is my daughter. No, none of them are related at all. You know, it was really through meeting people and trying to put together a believable family. Albeit, of course, that Ivul is so much older than the rest of them, but they are twins. And Capuchin and Jacob and Adelaide Leroux are not related at all. So it was a kind of family that I constructed really through meeting people. The twins, when I first met them, they were just very good friends of Xavier's. You know, we just got on immediately. There's such a laugh, and they kind of give you the light relief throughout. They're just kind of mischievous, and they don't give a fuck about what's happening at all. We never did on set either. But there was a kind of believability to their construction, and that was. And also, I think after a while, you know, we had a week of improvising, and the whole opening sequence was never scripted. It's just that it was just me documenting their kind of bonding. That you could see that there was a family developing, and you know, to this day, they're still all in touch, and it's been quite moving. Is to see that closeness develop on set and then continue afterwards. Well, did you think they all looked very similar?
I'm still trying to believe that they're actually not related.
Right.
Yeah. To be fair, you definitely did an amazing job of creating what looked like a real family, no doubt about it.
Okay, thank you.
So, yeah.
And you're right about the twins, because the film it starts off as quite a happy portrait of family, like it looks kind of idyllic, but then it does become kind of really melancholic. When I watched the film for the second time, it left me tremendously sad, which is why I said at the start it's moving, but it does kind of take this melancholic turn, doesn't it? It's kind of idealism and dissipates and ebbs and flows.
Yeah, I mean, disintegrates. You know, I think in a way it's quite Shakespearean advice. You know, it's a very conventional tragedy, really. You know, because and it's also a film noir. There's one simple thing that goes wrong, and it has kind of ramifications and repercussions throughout the whole fortnight of the film until everything plunges into this kind of dark abyss.
That's cheerful.
But all the work is melancholy now. You know, there's something quite strange. I was thinking about it the other day, you know, an early short film I made called Smart Alec, which was meant to be hilarious and right back at laughs, and it just got worse and worse and worse. And people still reel out of the cinema. It was part of a program that I had to present, a couple of months ago, and I thought, yeah, it's awful. It's terrible. Why is he doing it? And the melancholia, in a way, is something that I'm drawn to. You know, I do enjoy the kind of that dark place, and when there is humour, when there is some light relief within that kind of morass of awfulness, you think, oh, that's going to be right now for a while.
But you're not, without wishing to forget, you're not melancholic by nature, are you? You're quite a...
You'd be surprised.
Really?
Yeah, you'd be bloody surprised. I'm seething in it. I'm a lonely man.
I'm
a lonely man.
Okay, let's have some more. We have time for a few more questions. I think we're going to have a shy audience. Anybody got a question?
How about the woman over there with no clothes?
Yeah, we'll just pick on somebody.
She looks incredibly.
Anybody? Okay,
my brother's got a question.
Yeah, excellent. Well done.
I was wondering if you got more of a place for your films in France rather than here in England.
When you mean so place, you mean like an audience? I think, in a way, the reason that I think Galliman was really successful over there and was also really successful in Germany is they kind of was looking at our culture, the kind of British, slightly idiosyncratic, eccentric eccentricities, and that kind of gave me a foot in, and then I developed a really healthy relationship with a kind of a distributor in Paris that, you know, they did the work of Guy Maddin and Harmony Korine and the Brothers Quay, and, you know, they have a reputation for kind of dealing with slightly quirky and maybe more eccentric filmmakers' eyes. And I think once they also were incredibly supportive of This Filthy Earth. I mean, This Filthy Earth did a bad box office over there, but it was really well received critically. And it kind of gave them the confidence to then commit, because they also gave a little advance for this film. It wasn't a lot, but yeah, I don't know, maybe you're right. It's the films over there play well. They do play well.
But I mean, Gallivant was a big success here. It's regarded as one of the kind of keystones of modern British filmmaking. I mean, in terms of box office, it you know, it wasn't Avatar, but I mean, it was, you know, it was
close to Avatar kind of